We've gelled at the right time, and like I said, that the last 6 or 7 games of the season, that momentum and the way we played a full 4 quarters, not necessarily in spurts, has carried over, and especially to get a road win, especially against a great team like Brisbane. That's very great for us, but obviously we still got our work cut out for us, but we're definitely happy for the moment.
Looking at your own performance, was that your first double-double there last night?
That's what they said. Yeah, I thought I had one before, but I guess so. But it was just a great game collectively. A lot of guys stepped up. Nick had a hell of a game as always. Tarico shot the lights out, and Damo obviously had always some great defensive stops, just doing what he does. So we just played Wildcat basketball.
How do you feel like you're working with Tarico?
Say that again?
How do you feel like you're working with Tarico at the moment? It seems like it's a pretty good partnership.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Just doing a good job feeding off each other, and I'm kind of learning the spots that he's going to be at, and our chemistry, like I said, is just really taken off the last 6 or 7 games. I can't stress that enough, and we've continued to build off that despite the loss we had in Melbourne. But we've been playing the same way and playing consistent, and as long as we keep plugging away, I think we should be okay.
That loss you had in Melbourne where you were a little bit down offensively, personally, did that set you out yesterday to sort of be more of a distributor, to find Tarico and Dale and others to find your way to come into the game, to offload shots to them?
No, not at all. I was getting double teamed pretty much all game, so you just kind of read the defense, and when you see somebody open, you just pass them the ball, because we all put in the same amount of work, and I trust these guys, and these guys back themselves, and as you can see, when they get the opportunities, they play great in big moments.
How do you feel physically? It looked like you were struggling with a bit of a leg issue at one point, but you played out the game.
I mean, it's playoff time. Everybody's beat up, and I don't think I'm the only one, but mind over matter in situations like that, and I was just happy we can come out with the win.
How crucial is it going to be to have that extra Monday off and those few more days rest before you play that grand final series?
I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of a break. It was a very quick turnaround. I didn't expect it to be as brutal on the body, this Thursday, Saturday game, or whatever it is that we had. But we're definitely going to take advantage of that rest. But we can rest fully, once the season's done, and hopefully we can end it on a high note.
Are you kind of hoping that maybe Sydney will get the win today as well, and that the other team might be a little bit less rested, having to play a third game?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I always enjoy watching the game of basketball, so if it goes a full 3 games, that's cool, but I really don't have a preference for it.
Do you think it could be an advantage for you guys if you're a bit more rested than the other team come grand finals?
Everybody's tired at this time of year, and sometimes too much time off could be detrimental, so it really doesn't matter. Once that ball goes up in the air, you just got to play the game. So like I was saying, I sure hope so. Haven't talked to him much about it, but we're very hopeful for it, because it's been very hard to compensate having him out, so we would love to have him back, and my fingers are crossed for it.
See, Trevor spoke a little bit last night about how you guys were able to turn it around. He sort of was always confident he had the manpower and didn't want to alter the squad when you were going through a bit of that slump mid-season. What do you think it was that's turned it around and enabled you to get back to playing to the point where you're at now?
To be honest, I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but it seems like every year that we've been here around December, we always have like a losing slump. It just so happens that this season it lasted a little bit longer than the normal span, I guess. But once we got like our first win after that, it became like a snowball effect. And almost in the same sense, I think the heartbreaking loss we had to Sydney when they hit that buzzer beater, that's what sent us into that funk. So it's interesting to see how one game, depending on whether it's a loss or a win, can kind of snowball you into one direction or the other. But right now we're back on the good part.
Do you think that's just like a sort of consequence of the way the league's set up, is that you're going to have to go through at least sort of one slump through a season sort of type thing?
I mean, yeah, I think that's just part of basketball or any sport. Like you said, there's going to be times where you guys are rolling, there's going to be times where you're not. But I think the biggest part is making sure that, you're able to come together towards the end of the season, because that's when it's nearing playoffs, and that's when you want to be at your best. Because a lot of times teams can peak too early, and they start to crumble as the season carries on.
You had some success with the Wildcats, but the success they've had over a sustained period, I think it's like 33 playoff campaigns, 14 grand final series, and gunning for a 9th title. I mean, what's it like to be part of that successful organisation?
It's great. You know, you love to play in that type of environment, and considering how rich our history is with just the winning culture, we have 14,000 fans backing us, and it's amazing to go out there and play in front of those people. And we've done a great job giving them something to cheer about so far, and we're just that close away to finishing the job. So fingers crossed for that.
What's your situation going forward? Are you looking at coming back for next season, or where are you at in terms of all that sort of stuff?
I've signed a 3-year contract.
Signed a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
All good.